Jeez. I never think about things like that. I should probably sit down and write all this stuff out just so I know what I like. To be able to take the world that I see and interpret it in this way that other people say, yeah, that's cool, and to be able to have other people want to see, want to know the way I see the world. Chicago, maybe, New York. I'd like to travel, like, the world. No, I live alone. It's all budgeted. I have to sit down and write out all my expenses. I know how much I have to spend every month, and then I have a certain allotment for whatever else extra. And I have a little bit of a savings account. I feel attractive. Yeah, I've never tried to control it, never needed to, it's never been an issue. Hate freaked out. Guys my age probably they don't know what they're doing. Because I set myself up for letdowns. I've done that a lot in the past. I don't want to do that. All of it, I think he freaked out because he didn't know what he was doing, and he thought he did, and he just didn't have it together. He just, yeah, I just felt like I had been taken advantage of, and my trust had been misused. For a while, I think I was really needy in relationships, and when I met someone, I really wanted them to stay. I really thought that if I met a guy, that things would be better, and I wanted them to stay and love me and take care of me. And I would get really upset when it would end, and it would mean a lot more than just not seeing this person anymore. I represented what's wrong with me and why doesn't someone want to stay with me, and what can I do to be more likable. Or it was another loss. A loss is a loss in your head. Didn't know anybody when I moved here, and I just met them. I had nowhere else to go. I wasn't about to go back where I just said goodbye forever. Goodbye, I'm leaving. So they were really nice and helped me out a lot. And I still keep in touch with them. They're good people. I'm pretty happy about where I am right now. I wouldn't really be in the situation I'd be here if I hadn't met him, so it's a big fate thing, whatever. Dinner and a movie? No. Probably going out to a show and a walk. Not a lot of pressure. No. Good conversation. It comes naturally, not if it's forced. I don't necessarily expect chivalry and, you know, the whole lady-gentleman role. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It's never really that black or white. It's just kind of random. I think I've asked out people before, yeah. I try not to think about it that much anymore. If I like somebody, I just want to see if they like me, and if they don't, that's whatever. We're just trying to find out. All through high school, I tried really hard to be pretty. I spent way too much time worrying about what I looked like, always going to the bathroom to check my makeup, and always had a compact looking at myself. I had a watch that had a little mirror on it that I would check in class just to make sure everything was okay. Yeah, I thought about that a lot during high school. I didn't really pay attention to school at all, and I usually had a Walkman, like little earbuds with my hair over it so no one knew that I was listening to music, and it was just off somewhere. Just imagining, like, what am I gonna wear on my first, like, cover of Spin or something, and just imagining the, like, bands that I like hanging out with these people and just going to cool, like, rock parties where there's, like, actors there and there's directors and all these cool artists, and just mingling and being hip. It was ridiculous. It was totally ridiculous. I'm kind of just now trying to explore that side of myself. I've never really been a really sexual person. I don't know, I think it's probably, half of it's probably just my personality. A lot of it might be psychological, just, you know, nervousness. I used to be pretty uncomfortable about my body and my image, and just being intimate with someone was really sort of difficult. It was hard to let someone be that close to me. It's kind of still hard to have someone be really close because it's still really emotional to me. It's not just like physical, it still has a lot to do with that's not what I envision my life to be, is like married to someone that's not going to be the happiness, that's not going to be the great thing that happens in my life. If it happens, that's great, and if I'm in love one day, I'm sure that'll be great too. Not until I'm like 30, I think. It's just too much work, and I have so many things that I want to do. Yeah, I'm just not that responsible yet. I don't even have a cat, you know. A jolt of reality when I was at an early developmental stage in my life, I think. I think kids can adapt to situations a lot differently, maybe better than adults can, because their sense of reality hasn't really set in, and they're much more willing to take in whatever happens. That's, you know, they're taking it in, they don't have any idea of what life is supposed to be, and that's it, and they deal with it from that. It's kind of interesting just to see where we all are now, even though it was the same thing. Mostly a housewife up until that point, and then she had to support children on her own. We had to move out of our house, and she had to get a job. And it was really confusing for a while. There was a lot of change going on, which must have been really hard for her to deal with. All the guilt. Some of my family blamed her, just unnecessary guilt that she had. He was an English teacher, depressed all his life, I think manic depressive. I didn't like talking to strangers. I didn't like strangers asking me how I felt. I didn't like talking about feelings. Our family didn't talk about feelings. We weren't really close. The thing that was gone, it wasn't a person. I still deal with that, think about that. Yeah, we didn't really get to a point, we didn't know each other that well. It's just this figure that I was supposed to have, that people are supposed to have, this stability, it was all him. Totally, and he was an asshole for it. I mean, I found out so much. I mean, nobody told me exactly what happened at the time. I had to wait so many years until anybody wanted to talk about it and tell me what was going on, what the situation was, because nobody wants to try and explain. There was a lot of stuff going on, and he just didn't get the help that he needed. I still think I need to be a lot more open. I'm still coming out of this shell, trying to be comfortable with everything. Are you taping?